everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, my Renaissance Grandma. How are you today? I hope everyone has had a nice, relaxing day. I've had a pretty good day. I'm not going to complain one bit. Um, Canning some tomatoes today. Yay. So that's exciting because tomatoes is probably one of my most favoriteest things to can. Hey, Gina. Hi. Hi, Chad Moss. How are you? How is everyone? Hey, Marcus. Hi. I don't think the game's over. Leave me on. Don't turn it off. Don't put it on mute, but watch the game. Hey, everyone. So, M. Brown is my husband, and he's supposed to be in Cleveland at a Cleveland Browns versus Chicago Bears game. Both him and Pops are really big fans of the Bears. So they're supposed to be at a game. So, watch that game. But leave me on. But yes, I am canning tomatoes. And I think, as I've said before, tomatoes is probably one of my favorite things to can. Whole, diced, half. Hi, Felicia. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hi, Angela. Hi. Come on in. Come on. But tomatoes is one of my most favorite things to can. I feel like it's versatile. It can go in soups. It can go in chilies, pastas, and I've used it for it all. And I turn around and I use the tomatoes that I can for other canning things as well. So if I'm canning vegetable soup, or if I'm canning something that needs tomato salsa, spaghetti sauce, I'll use the jars that I made. So when I first came on YouTube, I did myself a canning goal, and I think that the tomatoes I wanted, I'm guessing, 35 jars of tomatoes canned up, and I exceeded that goal. And I have to tell you, 2 years later, I still have a nice supply, a nice stockpile of tomatoes. Hey, Mona, how are you? Hi. But I still have a nice stockpile of tomatoes. I still can some every year, but I never went so hard as that very first year when I was setting my canning goals. So it's not like I've ever dwindled down to a handful of jars. I think right now I've probably got about 20 jars down there of tomatoes. So I always can some up. I get them from the Amish place. Where's my mouse? Hi, Gina. Hi, Gina. Gina, bonus is. But I was saying, I get my tomatoes from the Amish market, and all those tomatoes in the sink cost me $14.99. That's how much they came up to. And I believe she said it was, I don't know. I had first brought up a box, and she said they're $2.99 a pound. And I said, well, how many pounds is it? And she put it on the scale, and she was like, it's going to come up to $56. I said, no. She was like, but we've got baskets in the back of canning tomatoes. And I was like, actually, those are regular tomatoes. I want Roma tomatoes. So she called someone in the back, and she was like, we have some for you. So they brought them up right out the back, and it would look like it was the same size box. But like I said, because I was getting one of their baskets, I got it for $14.99. Those tomatoes was caked in dirt. They was right out the garden. They pulled them right out. So I have washed them, rinsed them 3 times. Angela, Tia, question. Have you ever heard of anyone that had a problem eating pressure canned chicken and progesterone? No. I'm trying to think if there's any. My only thing, if someone had a problem eating pressure canned chicken, it wasn't necessarily the chicken itself, but maybe the jars were contaminated or they got like food poisoning or something like that. Anybody else got any ideas out there? Gina says nope.
I don't
Nope.
even know what progesterone is.
Is that that's a hormone? And I want to say it's
Okay.
like not, because I remember I had some stuff going on and they gave me pills and they said it was, I thought it was progesterone, but I might be getting it confused. But I know they said something was like with hormones and it was supposed to like mimic the hormones you get from birth control. I don't, is that the same thing, Angela? Check in the chat. Is that the same thing? But I put the link up in the chat for anyone who wanted to come up. If you have any questions, if you want to can, if you're canning tomatoes, but you're not doing them like us, but if you want to can or do anything, the link should be pinned to the chat. So come on up. She says, I pressure can chicken and notice when I eat chicken, it's okay. But then I take the progesterone and I get, okay, so you are taking a type of medication. And when you take it, it makes your stomach hurt.
Oh. Okay.
I'm wondering if, because I know some things, like I have acid reflux. So I can't take my acid reflux with acidy foods. They were like, don't take it with orange juice, don't have tomatoes, don't chocolate, coffee. They were like, don't do those two together because it counteracts with the acid reflux meds. So I'm wondering if maybe there's something in that that is counteracting with, I don't know what it could be. It's chicken. It's not processed. There's nothing in it. Maybe do you get the same type of reaction when you just eat like regular fried or baked or anything chicken? Hey, Lydia.
Hey, Lydia. So I'm not doing canned tomatoes, by the way. I'm doing canned tomato sauce.
Okay, husband has no problem. So I think something in it is interacting with your medication. I'm no professional. You might have to ask your professional. But like I said, I don't understand what it could be with the canned chicken. Is it all types of chicken? Hey, girls. Hey, Lydia. So let's make sure I did this right. Oh, nope. There it is. So I just pinned the link to StreamYard if anyone wants to come on up. And like I said, anyone and everyone is welcome. It won't be a long process at all, so we can get some chats going on. No, I have no problem with other chickens. Lydia wants to know, are you raw packing your chicken? I think that's a good question. Maybe I can email one of my teachers from the class. Drop it.
Kodak was being good. I know he was.
He looked over there chewing on that leash. He is not supposed to chew on the leash because he has chewed through them before. So you go get a toy, you need something to chew on, not that leash. Yes. You
Yes,
said
Lydia.
yes to what? Yes to raw packing versus hot packing. So the chicken is raw and you're putting in hot water and your jars are hot and you're pressure canning the pints for 75 and the quarts for 95 minutes. Kodak is a sweet baby. No, he's not. Have you ever noticed it with canned chicken from the store also, Felicia? That's a good question too. Not Felicia. Angela was asking. Pursuing Righteousness was asking. Yes, 90 minutes. Okay. You got a lot of tomatoes in that sink. I know.
Girl,
Of course, I procrastinated. And instead of doing it before.
hired. I did some jalapenos already, and then nobody told me how much work it was to peel the skin off of tomatoes.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. That's what I got to do. That's what I was putting off. I did 24. But I stopped after that.
I will say this: being freezing them and then have
Yes.
to do it is so much easier.
Yes, I completely agree. If I ever think far enough in advance, and if I had room in my freezer, I would freeze my tomatoes with the skin on because it helps.
Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mona. Hi, Felicia. Hi, Angela. Hi, everybody. If I missed anybody, hi, hubby. I saw he came in. He's probably not watching, but I'm sure he's playing it.
He's got some really good pictures. They got some nice seats there.
Nice.
So yeah. So mine are going to be water bath canned. Some of the tomatoes are still ripe. So if they're too ripe to can, I'm just going to set them aside, slice them, and dehydrate them. If I have more than a canner full, I'm going to pressure can them because you can water bath and pressure can tomatoes. And I had planned on doing it for both, but like I said, I'm really far behind right now. So
I plan on water bath canning, and I'm going to go ahead and start filling my jars because per my package, mine needs to process for 40 minutes.
Okay, so you have everything all peeled?
No, I don't have them filled yet. I'm about to.
Okay.
But I used the Mrs. Wages pasta sauce seasoning in there. I didn't put any extra veggies. I have pasta sauce that I jarred up with peppers and onions and garlic. This one I'm just going to jar up just with this only.
Now, is that recipe calling for any type of acid to be added?
No.
No? Okay. I was going to ask if you were using lemon juice or citric acid. I'm using citric acid.
Let me make sure, but I don't believe it did. Let's see. It says sterilized jars. Pour this hot sauce into clean hot jars. Leave 1-inch headspace. Remove air bubbles. Wipe rim and cap.
No, you should be good then.
No citrus acid, which I don't believe I did with the other ones either. I think because of the tomatoes having so much acid in them.
Look at those instructions or those ingredients. I'm wondering if there's citric acid already added.
Let's see.
Hi, Homestead in the Hood. How are you?
Food starch, salt, dehydrated onion. Some
eyelashes.
Kind of spice that I can't pronounce. Dehydrated garlic, paprika. Yes, citric acid.
So they add. That's nice, and that's one step that you can forego. So I've never used the pasta sauce recipe, but I just might.
Yeah, it's tasty. I have tasted it already. It tastes good.
Nice.
I'm not surprised. I like the pickling from the powder that they have with the and I like the salsa packets too. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get started on finishing peeling mine. Hopefully, it won't take too long.
Yeah, I will feel while you're scanning since mine. Because how long does yours process?
Water bath can is 45 minutes, but if I pressure canned it, it's only 10 minutes.
Oh, really? See, I got my water bath ready. If I knew that, I would have got the pressure canner ready.
I got a pot for boiling water, pressure canner just in case I need it, and then over in the sink are my tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
After you take them out the water, they say you're supposed to put them in an ice bath, but I don't like wasting my ice like that.
Yeah.
So I usually don't use an ice bath. I just get really cold water.
Yeah. Oh, eyelashes. So if I know that you guys came in a little later, Tia's canning up tomatoes, and I am canning up tomato sauce, so a pasta sauce. And what I did is I used the same type of tomatoes that she's using. So I grew, actually, that's a lie. It's partially true. I grew Romas and I grew the San Marzinos, I think they're called, which are both pasting tomatoes. And so all the tomatoes I'm using I actually grew. And I have been freezing them as I harvest them. You can see back there some more harvest. But I've been freezing them as I harvest them. I will say that thawing them out and then having to take the skin off, I literally just slit it a little bit with a knife and the skin just peeled right off. But I had like 6 bags, 6 gallon size bags of tomatoes. I was only able to get 3 bags of it thawed. So the other 3 bags are in my fridge in my basement, and I'll just process them tomorrow. I will um, peel the skin. What I do is I peel the skin, I put them in a stock pot, I boiled them down, and then I took my little immersion blender and blended up the tomatoes and added a packet of the Mrs. Wages pasta sauce seasoning. You could season it yourself. You don't have to use this. You can just use herbs and garlic and onion powder and all that stuff. And you could put veggies in it. You could do whatever you want with it. But that's all I added to this one because I already have some pasta sauce with the veggies in it. Um, and that's it. I just let it simmer on the stove. And now I'm going to dry it up. And I'll show you what that looks like. And my jars have been in a pot for kind of bubbling a little bit so they could be nice and hot.
So I just put mine in water. You don't have to leave them in this long, but the water's not boiling, so I'm leaving them in a little bit extra longer. Normally, you just have to do a couple of seconds.
Yeah. I've done that process before too, which is a lot of work as well. These tomatoes need to be easier.
Which is why so many times I just do, I'll do canned tomatoes.
Yes.
I'll do diced tomatoes, whole tomatoes. I have no problem doing some canned tomatoes.
When I was processing these, I was like, this is why Tia uses the can. This is a lot.
I didn't know that. Homestead in the Hood says, a little sad we lost a great woman leader unexpectedly. Her name is Minister Ava Muhammad. I'm on the company until I go to sleep. I'm on for company until I go to sleep. Well, thank you. And condolences.
Yeah. The community. I don't know if I've seen her.
Yeah, I didn't recognize that name either. Hi, Erica, my fly family. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if I missed anyone else. Hi, Lashes. Tia, I've never baking tomatoes helps with the skin removal. Oh, I heard that baking them. I've done tomato. tomato soup, like a roasted potato soup, where you just stick them in the oven as is, and that helped. That really was fast. This is a favorite for me, though. I do like the tomatoes, so I'll probably do this one more time before the end of summer. I know that I definitely need to do some salsa. I'm completely out. I need to quit playing and go do some salsa.
Me too.
And tomato sauce. And those might be all my tomato projects that I ever do where it's just strictly tomatoes. Or mostly tomatoes. Salsa, definitely. I need to be doing that within the next couple of weeks. Um, I've done a live on it before, so that's why I really don't want to do another live on it, but I don't have just a regular set video that is 2 hours long. So I want to do a video on it. So I have that. And then pasta sauce, I've done multiple times. That is just a favorite for us. So I need to do more pasta sauce.
And there is the sauce.
Nice. That sauce.
In front of that because I don't know if my light is glaring on it.
We can see it.
From the kitchen. But
yes, and is that a chunky sauce or more smooth?
You know I don't like the chunky.
Thought you got
it. Is a smooth. It is a smooth sauce.
Varied a little bit.
Even when I do the veggies in it, I blend them up. I don't like the chunkier sauces, especially when I'm putting onion in something because I don't like onion, so I have to hide it, even from myself.
Yeah. All right.
And I think I have 5 pint jars, but I think I'm gonna be able to do 1 quart size jar. When I did my pasta sauce the first time, I did all quart size jars, and I did 7, but I've used 1, and I have 6 left. All right. As normal, I would have you set up where you could see the stove, but my phone doesn't have as much of a charge for me to do it.
These could release a little bit better, but like I said, not all of them are ripe or at their ripest. They're ripe enough to eat, ripe enough to can, but they could be a little bit more wrinklier. feel a little green. So I'm gonna put it with my pile to be dehydrated. All right.
All right. Debubbled, 1 inch headspace, ready to go into the pot.
So Gina, did you have a good day? What'd you do today? You ain't gonna eat that.
Wore myself out. I put together another shelf to have for my canning, and I had to dice up a crap ton of peppers, hot peppers, and I canned up um 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jars of jalapenos, and well, it was mixed. It was jalapenos, serranos, and hot banana peppers. Mostly just jalapenos and serranos. They were just a
I,
couple. Hot bananas. I still have a crap ton of. I did um, half pint jars, so I didn't do bigger jars. So
yeah.
I still have a nice amount of jalapenos, y'all. Ugh. So I think I'm gonna do. This is what I have left. So I have pretty much a full gallon bag of sliced jalapenos. I think I am going to do some cowboy candy with that. Which, if you don't know what that is um, candied hot peppers.
I've always
Um,
said I was gonna do that.
yes, I made a small batch of it just to try them and see if I like them. They are really, really
Uh-huh.
good. Really good. You basically take vinegar and sugar and bring it to a boil. Throw the jalapenos in there. Let them cook for a little bit in the sugary goodness, and then you pull them out. Bring the sugar and vinegar to a rolling boil to thicken it, and it makes it kind of syrupy. And you pack your peppers into the jars, and then you pour that in there. Debubble. It's a water bath canning. It's actually I might have a jar up here. I mean in here.
And how do you eat that?
Um, I have heard all kinds of ways of eating. I haven't tried all the kinds, um, but I would eat these. This is what they look like. They just look like a pickled pepper, but that's in a nice sweetness. And like on a burger, it's really good. But I've even heard people like it on pizza. Um,
I don't
I
know
would
about that.
I would probably have it. I haven't had it yet this way, but I plan on having it this way with maybe like some tacos.
Yeah.
So it would be like a sweet heat to it. Like your peppers are still going to be hot, trust me. And that sweetness is not like, because one thing I don't like, which is why I made I came out with 2 jars when I made the first batch. Um, I don't like sweet pickles, and so I was worried it was going to remind me of that. It does not. This is
Okay.
really good. And I would like it too if I diced up the peppers and had it like a relish, like a pepper relish. That would be delicious.
Do
It
you think
really
it's
reminds
closer in
me,
taste to like the pepper jelly?
I was just about to say that. That's
Okay.
exactly what it kind of reminds me of. Only it's just more peppery.
Okay.
Because, the pepper jelly, you just got peppers in your jelly. This is just straight peppers with some sweetness. But yes, it's pretty much made the same without the pectin.
Okay. Then yeah.
Probably so pursuing righteousness. She said it would sounds like it would be great for an omelet. Hmm. You should try it, Felicia. It's good. Yeah. I just got like honestly, I got a bookshelf, Felicia, and I got it at Sam's Club. I couldn't find what I actually wanted, which was like a pantry type shelf thing. Um, Especially not in a price point that I was trying to spend. I wasn't trying to spend a whole lot of money on it. So it's just a bookshelf. So this is a question I have, if anybody can help with that. I love Jersey Mike's. Yes. Um, why is it that you have to homestead in the hood? She asked, why is it that you have to take the skin off? Honestly, I've done it before where I didn't, but the skin does not blend up when you try to break down your sauce. So if you keep it chunkier, which Tia tends to do, she likes her sauces chunkier. It might not be as big of an issue, but the skin on your tomatoes is a pretty. It's not really thick, but it's a strong skin to it. Like if you just try to cut your tomato and pull the skin off, it's not going to come off very easily. I like mine smoother, so the one time I did do it with leaving the skins on there, it was skin pieces of skin all throughout the sauce when you were making dishes.
And
So
what
it's
I've heard about the skin is because it's thicker, and the amount of time you're canning it for can't guarantee that you're going to be able to get all of that bacteria, if there's any bacteria or anything on it. So
okay.
you're canning it for no skin amount of time. If a recipe calls for skin, it's going to adjust that amount of time. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
It's more that it was something to do with the skin, and it can contain um, like bacteria.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I last year when I did mine, I did it with the skin on, and I did not prefer it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I did the work, but I grew a lot of tomatoes, which is why I have so many. Um, but it's a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie, because you gotta take all that skin off.
Lydia said, I'm looking at the chat over here because this one is acting up for me. So Lydia said, I'm about to start crocheting this blanket. Okay, blanket, go ahead. Hi, Urban Gardening Chronicles. How are you tonight?
Hey, Urban Garden Chronicles.
I love Jersey Mike's pepper relish. I don't think I realized they have pepper relish.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all have a submarine house where you're at, but we have one, and ours has the pepper relish as well, and I love it. It's more. It has like a vinegary taste to it, though. I was about to say something too, and I forgot what it was I was going to say when I was sitting down. Lost my train of thought.
So I'm just trying to pick out the more yellow tomatoes because, like I said, I am going to set those aside. Ain't no sense of even bothering with these. And then the nasty ones. There are some that are extremely nasty. Like I said, I got them from the Amish market. They were right out the garden, from dirt to my hands. So some of them are nastier than than they usually are when I get them.
Yeah. Perfect. I literally came out with the 5 pints and a quart perfectly.
Nice.
All right. Pour a little bit of vinegar in my water. All right.
I remember doing spaghetti sauce and not taking the skin off, and it was still the jar. And it was still in the jar, but it lived in it as well.
Still in the jar, but
I remember doing spaghetti sauce and not taking the skin off, and it was still in the jar.
we lived in it. And it's all good. Oh, she's saying, but they lived and it's all good.
Oh.
Yeah. I did too.
You ate it? Yeah, ate.
We ate it. We were fine. I mean, it wasn't no problem for us, but you did see the skin in your sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be little rolls of this. You would know that it was the skin because it doesn't blend up.
I've heard some people talk that Ball has something like a pasta sauce maker or something. And I think it's like a mill. You grind it, but you put your tomato in whole, and it gets your meat, it gets your skin, and then it gets your tomato juice.
You know what? I almost didn't trash my skins because I thought I heard somebody say that they process that as well to get tomato juice.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, do I really want? I don't know if I'm that dedicated yet to the process, but I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did see that. See, Felicia just asked, do you use the skins?
Yep.
I've heard some people do.
Hi, Cheryl Faulkner. I have taken the skins, especially if I can get it to come off in one strip. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But I have the mindset that I'm going to dehydrate these skins like before I'm actually doing it. And if I can get a nice good peel, those skins going to the side because I'm gonna dehydrate them. Yes, you can dehydrate the skins to make a powder. That's gonna be nice. Mm-hmm.
These are my what are these? What tomatoes are these? These are.
Is that a heirloom?
Yes, but these are, what are they? They're not
Brandy
the
wine.
Brandy wine. These are the brandy wines.
I'm saying I don't know nothing about no heirloom tomatoes. I do all pay. I don't really like tomatoes. I prefer the meaty potatoes. I don't like it when it's got that skin in it and those seeds. I don't like the seeds and all that juice. So even when I buy one for
tomato,
like hamburgers, I always reach for aroma first. I just prefer aroma tomatoes.
I do like the brandy wines there because they're not like seedy like the ones that you slice.
Okay.
Okay. It's not. I literally just sliced one up, and I just put salt and pepper on it because when we were kids,
And
eating
see,
that
I do want to
pork,
I want to try those tomato chips where you just slice them up, salt and pepper, but then you dehydrate them. So
interesting. I am going to be dehydrating some peppers. But
that's
Lydia, look at my big one. She told me they would get bigger. I had two small ones that I've already had and eaten.
a nice size.
But this one is
Um,
the only one I've gotten this size. Oh, and
Angela said those are some beautiful tomatoes.
thank you. Did I show you my monster lemon cucumber that I left on the thing
Mhm.
too long? I'm gonna show you so you can see the difference
I
between what
saw
it's
someone
supposed to
use
look
that
like.
gadget. I think Jesse at Days Ahead. Okay, I was on their channel today. I'm gonna dig a little
I
deeper,
was
see if I can
too.
find it.
So this is what the one that got too big looks like. This is a lemon cucumber.
That looked like an orange.
This is what it's supposed to look like. So side by side. My grandson found this one. I was out there
Oh,
harvesting. He was
nice.
like, Gigi. I was like, oh, I didn't even see that one. It got way too big out. They're supposed to be like this. Just saying. Although it still looks like it's going to be fine to eat, I think I'm going to pickle them though. Because I've tried these by themselves. These are seedy. I will say that. This cucumber is seedy, and the seeds are a very nice size seeds. So you're not like, you're going to want to get them out of there. But you will be having seeds. They're good. Pursuing rushes, they're good. I have a coworker who loves cucumbers. She literally, that's her favorite snack to have. She will usually always have some cucumbers in her office almost every day. And so I took her some to try them, and she came back. She was like, "I love them. Can I have more?" So I'm going to take her some more. These they are really good. It tastes to me. It tastes like cucumber, but it is like almost how I was trying to describe it to my daughter is it's just really refreshing. Even though cucumbers are, but I don't know. It's good though. I don't know how to they pickle well, Felicia. That's what I want to try because I've had them fresh. I've had them just sliced up, and I'm gonna keep. I have a lot in that box behind me. There's a lot of these. There is more tomatoes and a couple bell peppers. All of the jalapeno hot peppers I've already sliced up. I have a few hot peppers in there that I'm going to dehydrate because I dehydrated. And then one second. I dehydrate it and then I put it in my blender and make my own hot pepper. Just really for me, it's like a seasoning because I put hot pepper flakes on my foods, on a lot of my foods. Some like spaghetti. I like mine a little spicy. So that's how much I've gotten so far. And I'm just going to keep adding to it. If I get 2 or 3 of those, that'd be great. Because my pepper plants have a lot of hot peppers on them. So that's the plan. But I have a bunch of the lemon cucumbers in here. So.
Lydia says, "I'll take some, please." Seeds.
So who said that?
Lydia.
I got you. And then I got a lot of Scotch bonnets. If Urban is still in here, Urban, one of these peppers, the amount of seeds you get from just one pepper is so much.
Let me see. Hold it closer.
Mm-hmm. And I have about 7 of them that I've harvested.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Did you get your seeds, Tia?
I haven't checked the mail today, but no, not yet.
You should have. I sent. You should have got them probably by today.
Okay, when I let the dogs out tonight,
Yeah.
I'll check it. Tia, thank you for starting from the beginning. You're welcome. And I'm horrible at responding to comments, but I did see your comments about pressure canning and starting from the beginning. So I am trying to think out how I can get that for you.
These are my habaneros.
Miss Cheryl says, "I'd like a Scotch bonnet."
She said, "What?"
"I'd like a Scotch bonnet."
Cheryl Faulkner.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Um, if you go to my channel and my email is in my about me or whatever they call it, um, email me. I'll send you some. Yep, email me because I sent some to Tia, and then there's another Tia that I sent some to as well, and I still got a bunch of the seeds. I took them from two peppers, and I still have a bunch of them left. So, and I gave them quite a bit.
So what I'm doing is I'm scoring them all. So I'm just putting an X at the bottom this way and
Yep,
this way. That way when the skin peels, they feel kind of
yep.
like a banana. And then throw them in that boiling water.
It's not in there.
I didn't cook. Okay. Can I come here, my food? Yeah. You save me some? Save me some what? Yeah. I'm saving these. I'm not right for that. So what's this thing that you got? That's so they can eat peanut butter. All right. So, and then I still have some here. Normally I would do them all, peel them as I go, but I don't know. I think I was
Felicia, are
trying
you
to
talking about the shelf that Tia has in her basement that she keeps her candy on? I have those too, but I have so much. I because I used to coupon. There's so much stuff in my basement on those shelves: laundry soap and toilet paper and paper towels and body washes and ridiculousness. So I was like, well, let me get something that I have actually in my office, the shelf that I put together, and that's where I have the jars that I've been canning. That's my short term resolution to that for now. But I get you. Those are the best. Those shelves are great. That's where I was going. What I was about to say. Hey, Starduster.
I saw
Um,
that,
I want to know. That's what I was going to ask if anybody can help with. If because you know how you get the shelves with those units, whatever you buy, whatever you put together. Can you go to somewhere to get more shelves? Because they give you so many shelves, and I don't want to space them the way that they have it set up because I don't need big gaps of space because I'm putting my jars on the shelves, which means that I can put more shelves in there if I had them. And I'm
Gina, have
like,
you checked the manufacturer's website?
I have not. I'll check that because I'm like, I want. I could put. They gave me three shelves, and there's already two built in. So they gave you three that you could put in addition to the two that's built in. But I probably could fit another five and have just a, a good enough amount of space um, for my jars. So my pot has been on a rolling boil for a few minutes now. So I'm gonna start my timer. So it's 48. 58, 08, 18, 28. So,
And is it the same amount of time for pints and quarts?
you know what? Tia always be asking the right questions and she get on my nerves.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to know for myself.
um, you know what? I don't know. Because it said it makes. Where did it say that? Hold on. Mm, 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 mm. It does not. Oh, it says pint. It doesn't say for quarts. How much time is it usually more for quarts?
Let me see.
You know what? You finish doing what you're doing. I'll try to look it up.
Okay.
It should be in my canning book, shouldn't it?
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna go look at.
Okay, I'll grab it.
Hold on. Getting rid of any discoloration, any black spots or anything, and then cutting that core out. If I see that the core is still kind of green, I'm just cutting that green out. And I have fingernails, so I am using them.
All right. Let's see.
Was that your daughter laughing?
It is.
It must have been funny.
That's what every time Lydia hear her laugh, it tickles her. She be watching YouTubers and whatever they're doing is making her laugh. Sir.
Sorry, some of the videos be hilarious. Okay, that one is really right. Oop, and that one's got a big black spot at the top, so I'm just, it's really soft. Cut that off. Pour it out.
You know, they don't make this easy to find. Okay, here it is. So, sheesh. Lydia said, Tia, do you know how you're doing on your watch hours?
Yes. I had 3720 last night.
Yesterday. I like that.
37.
Hi, Homestead Aquarius.
Hi, Homestead Aquarius. How have you been? I don't know if you guys know Homestead Aquarius. Robert has a lot of good information. I'm part of the canning community, but he doesn't show his face. But he doesn't have to because he's got such a great voice.
Yeah.
I had a voice like that.
Now, see, in the ball book, it says 35 minutes for pints and 40 minutes for quarts.
Uh-huh.
So
same ingredients.
Um, Pretty much, yes. The only difference is all the ingredients I used were dried, and of course they had like minced garlic and
Oh,
onions.
okay.
So I didn't have any of that. I just had the dried onions and dried garlic that was in the packet.
Need another bag. So I got one bag ready. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this water out. This is what I've been putting the tomato skins in. And get some fresh hot water because these are going to be hot. They're raw packed, but they're going to be put in hot water.
Mm-hmm. Now, what are you doing? T, are you doing diced tomatoes?
Between whole and half.
Whole and half.
Mm-hmm. If I was gonna dice them, I would have did them like right as I was taking the core out and all of that.
Gotcha.
And then
And you're packing them in water?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I believe stewed would have just been cutting them in half and putting them right in the pot and letting them kind of cook in their own juices and everything.
Yeah, that I was looking at that, and it takes like an hour and 25 minutes to process those.
Mm-hmm. I do like me some stewed tomatoes though. Which one?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use them myself, but also I have to work all day tomorrow.
I know.
So do you want to take me?
I don't know. We don't have to figure it out right this second.
But my eyes are dried out.
I mean,
I touch anything.
Homestead Aquarius said that he's had a break in the rain finally. It's all a blessing, though.
Nice. I know that was a welcome relief. Okay. That water need to get cold. It's gonna heat it all up.
I'm laughing at Lydia. She's talking about Miracle's Laugh. 40 minutes for quarts, Felicia. It said 35 for pints for the sauce. And I think Tia's is 40 for your quarts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whoa. What you making, Cheryl? Are you making pasta sauce too? Are you saying that it's venting now? My canner is venting. It says not, but I'm thinking you're saying now. Gotta watch my 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it's venting.
What you making?
Meatballs. Calling myself the big janitor. It's been a long day.
Oh, I think she's saying now.
Yeah, I
think so, though. Doing beans now. Let me tell you something about the beans. I've meant to tell you this. So I check my beans probably at least once a week. Another jar when I went to check it separately.
Wow.
So I don't think I trust any of them.
How many jars did you do?
I don't remember. Was it 8?
8?
Maybe 10?
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Did you have one extra left out?
Yep. The ones I had 2. No, I had one extra, and then I had one that's the when I went to go the next day to put them away. It separated, so I put those 2 in the fridge. I took those to a potluck at work, and I just blended them and made, because we had like a Mexican lunch, and I just blended it up to make refried beans. But I'm like, I don't know if I could trust any of them. See you later, Homestead Aquarius.
Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Okay, that's good now. I would be behind the couch if it was not venting. I did 8 quarts yesterday, and tonight I'm doing 6 quarts and 2 pints. Wow.
That's what kind of beans you doing, Cheryl? I think I just want to try them again. Maybe this time not really cook them hardly at all. Like kind of still have them just a little hard and let them process the rest of the way to kind of cook through. I don't know. I might want to try them again. Pinto, yes. I am going to make some red beans. I might can some of those. I got one in my fridge, but I got one in the freezer too. But I went and got my turkey, my smoked turkey, to put in my beans because T-Nog was talking about some smoked turkey and red beans, and ever since then I've wanted some. But I like all beans. I like pinto, I like black, I like Great Northern, I like navy. Yep. I like them all. Oh, baby lima and pinto. I've had lima, but I mean, baby is probably just a smaller lima bean. All right, Cheryl. She said red beans gonna be next for her. Okay. I have only canned the pinto. So I don't know. I think I need to try it again. I'm not going to be afraid of the beans. Tia even warned when we were canning them that what she found beans being that they're so starchy, she does the water in them instead of their own juice, which I did, but I think I still had quite a bit of the juice from my beans because they had cooked quite a bit. So I think I'll just be careful not to let them really cook too long.
And I know I let them go longer than they're supposed to because I do a quick soak or either do the overnight, but even then they're still like in between soak. And I let them go longer. I rinse them multiple times. Like I said, I just haven't had good success with beans, but I think it's all because of the starch.
But that's definitely something I want to do is quite a bit of beans. I have 2 bags of the black, Great Northern, and I think I might have 4 bags of the red beans.
I found a bag of red beans. If I had realized that when I was canning beans, I would have pulled those out as well. Got them all done at the same time.
They're purple.
Mm-hmm. But this time I'm going to do something that's not in the recipe book, which is putting some meat in it. I'm going to do the smoked turkey in it. So we will see how that goes.
How are beans working?
24 minutes. So. Y'all, this will be the first time that I finished before Tia. Because y'all know.
I'm saying every
time I try to get ahead of the game because my stuff don't be acting right. And the first time it want to act right is this week. But I was like, I be doing too much. I do, because I was like, I canned up those peppers, and I was like, peeling these tomatoes. I'm exhausted, and I still got another 3 gallon bags of tomatoes to peel up, which is probably going to give me another 5 pints and a quart. What the hell? Oh, that was my ice maker. I'm like, what is that noise? But yes. But that's what I wanted. I wanted a lot of pasta sauce because I don't want to have to buy it.
And you're gonna go through it.
Yep. So I wanted to try to have enough tomatoes to have enough pasta sauce to last me a year. And mind you, there's probably another gallon-sized bag of the tomatoes in this box behind me. And I have them in the windowsill in my kitchen and in the windowsill in my office. Because I pulled up that bed today, so I pulled up all my tomato plants so I can get the bed ready for my fall stuff because I want to put my broccoli there. So
I feel like I always have to turn around to make pasta sauce, but I know one thing with me is I'll make pasta sauce and then I'll make tomato sauce. Yes. And we use it for other stuff besides just pasta. Yeah. We always using it. Then my mama come over.
That's why I didn't put veggies in this one because I was like, I can use this one for pizzas because I make homemade pizza a lot. So I was like, I can use it for pizza or I can use it for pasta sauce and add the veggies when I make pasta if I want to. Because I'm going to add meat. My husband, he wants meat in his pasta, so I can eat my pasta without meat, but he ain't going to do it. It is a lot. I had 2, 3, 8, 9 tomato plants out there. I had 2 brandy wines, 2 Rutgers, 4. No, that's not even your cat. 4 of the San Marzinos. I had 2 Romas and an early girl. So actually, I had 8, 9, 10, 11 tomato plants out there. The only one that's still out there is the early girl. The Romas finished first. So when they finished, I just went ahead and pulled those up. But the San Marzinos were they still had baby ones coming on. And that's supposed to be a determinate plant. Why was it still making babies? Baby tomatoes. I was like, no more tomatoes. I just pulled them up. I needed to make room for my fall stuff.
Now, the early girls, they call that because it's supposed to have a shorter gestation or, till you harvest?
Yeah, I think they're supposed to come on pretty quickly compared to other tomatoes, which they did. They were my first ones.
Okay.
To get tomatoes. It's still putting on tomatoes, but honestly, it was the first one to put tomatoes on, but it has put quantity-wise, it has put on the least amount of tomatoes than any of my other plants.
That's good information. So do you want them early or do you want a lot?
Yeah. And the early girls I was growing those to have like some slicer tomatoes. Like if we had like burgers or something and I wanted to put tomatoes on there. But like I said, it did produce some, but it didn't produce a whole lot. And the Rutgers could have gave me the same thing because those are ones that are kind of more like slicer tomatoes. You could put them in your pasta sauce, but it's not a pasting tomato.
Okay.
I did put some of the Rutgers in my sauce. I put some of the brandy wine in there as well.
I'm making a mess. I know I'm making a mess.
Yeah. Hey, at her healthy home.
Hi, KK. How are you? Just canning up tomatoes.
That's right, Cheryl. Can it up now, and you don't have to worry about it during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's why I just be pulling the energy out of wherever I can get it from, because I'm like, I'm going to appreciate that I did this when the fall and the winter is coming, and I want to eat those things, and I don't want to have to cook them. Or
Mm-hmm.
go to the store and buy the stuff to go with a dish.
Okay, so I got almost done. I still have some here in the sink, but oh, nasty. I still have some here in the sink, maybe another 30, and then there are some that I've specifically set aside to be dehydrated. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these going. My water over here is boiling, so that's nice and hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually need to just heat up my jars.
Yeah.
I need my rack. And I don't think this is going to be a canner load. I'm going to just do 5.
Yeah. This thing is going. I might need to turn it down. It's going. I ain't even got my thing up that high, my stove. I told you once I figured out where the pot needs to be at for canning, now it gets hot right away.
I was just about to say, you got it all figured out now. You got
Yeah.
it down. Ooh, I did a tomato vinaigrette. It was actually KK's recipe. No, she did a tomato rosemary or tomato. She did a vinaigrette.
Mhm.
But that was amazing. So I might just take some of these tomatoes and do that again because we're out.
Yeah.
That one went. I did a raspberry one. The tomato one went faster than the raspberry one.
Yeah. I keep saying I'm gonna make a list of what I have that I still want to can up because I think I'm down to 3 packs of pint jars. So that's what is it? What 16 or so pint jars in a pack?
12. So was that
12.
13?
So I got 3 of those. And I have 1, 2, 3, nope, 1, 2, 4 quart jars left. Then I think I have a whole pack of the 4-ounce ones.
Mm-hmm. She talked about her healthy home. Yeah, I was talking about her healthy home. But I think I must have said KK. I get that from Lydia.
Oh, sure. That's right. You did say that. She canned chicken last week. I am gonna do that. I am gonna do that. Maybe I'll
How'd
do
you like
that.
the chicken, Cheryl?
I'm definitely gonna can some chicken. Yeah. I need to make a list.
Yeah, I usually do too. Or if I get any ideas for like videos or something, I got a page in my planner full of things that I want to can or dehydrate or ferment or something.
Mm-hmm. Hey, TLC in the garden. I didn't see you in here.
Hi, TLC. How are you? Saturday night. So I'm just waiting on my jars to finish sterilizing. They should have another couple of minutes. And then I can get ready to finally
Good. I just appreciate that y'all won't be waiting for mine to finish when this is your live, and every week we're waiting on my stuff.
You know what? I could turn around and do it on the pressure canner for 10 minutes.
See?
It'll probably take just as long, though. Because I thought about that. I was like, it'll take just as long venting, coming up to pressure.
Yeah.
I have
She
not.
said she hasn't eaten it yet.
Tomorrow I'm doing a cut up whole. Okay. Goals.
You jumping right in. Look, she doing what I did. I canned one thing with Tia, and then I was sending her pictures like, I can this, I can this. She was like, you done got the canning bug.
That's the way to do it, though. That is the way to do it. Jump right in, get as much stuff as you can.
Because you're doing the stuff that most people would be nervous about doing, Cheryl. So the other stuff is going to be a cakewalk.
Cheryl, I want to see that
I know
the end result of the whole. I know you're not doing the whole chicken and jar, but I want to see the end result because I think that sounds like something I would do. Give me a couple chickens, have them cut it up because I ain't, and can it up.
Well, are you doing those raw pack, or are you doing that? Are you going to cook it first? Because if you're going to cook it, you could do, like, if you're doing a whole chicken, you could throw that. If you have a big roaster pan, like electric roaster, or a regular roaster, one that
I got pictures on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Girl, what's your name? Are you Cheryl Faulkner on Instagram?
Are you sure? What your name is?
What your name is? I'm about to check.
She said raw pack.
Okay.
Right. Okay, raw pack.
It's CL Faulkner 78. I found you. I did not know you were on Instagram. Not that I know a lot of people are. Wait a minute. That ain't you?
Cheryl
Faulkner 78. She said
1960. Oh, she said yes.
Oh, okay.
So I made the food for the dogs today. That food looked good. My dogs are lucky.
You know what? When I had my dog, I didn't make her food until her last year.
Yeah.
And I wish I had done it the whole time because, for one, it was less costly than buying dog food.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew what was in it, and she enjoyed it. So, I mean, I would just put I would do like a whole chicken and throw it into my crock pot and cook that whole chicken. And then I would I would let it cool off, and I would pour all the meat off and throw it into my big stock pot. And I would have a whole bag of rice. I throw some carrots in there, usually some green beans, and that would be one way I would do it. Or I would get like a big pack of ground beef, and I would do that. Cook it down, throw some sweet potatoes, some rice, some carrots, some green beans, and
I got
so much easier.
I had 2 big sweet potatoes, a frozen bag of peas and carrots, so 2 of those, and then 1 frozen bag of green beans. I got a box of minute, because you know I'm all about my minute rice, brown rice. What else did they get? Oh, I got some zoodles, some of the zucchini spirals, a can of pumpkin, and was that it? That might have been all I got for them.
The pumpkin. Yeah.
All that came to under $20. Oh, and I got some beef livers. All that came to under $20. Came home, put all that in the pressure cooker, put some turmeric, some ginger, an
Stop
egg.
seasoning it. Stop seasoning it. They don't
No,
need that.
turmeric is for the joints.
Okay.
Turmeric is for the joints, and ginger is for the gut. You know, they got stomach issues. So turmeric, ginger, coconut oil. I loaded it up. An egg.
Because my dog, she would get stomach issues from having things that were seasoned. Because my family would give her table food.
Oh,
and I'm like, y'all gotta stop doing that. Like,
I'm a table food.
Get sick.
I'm like a table food giver
and stuff like that. Mm-mm.
I'm always giving my boys table food. And Marcus be like, "You feeding them?" No. But since Chewy's been ill, he hasn't gotten any table food or anything. But they got all of that. And I already had some chicken because I'll go and get a rotisserie chicken and cut that up and just peel the skin off so they're not getting any of
I've done that too. Because it's only like $5 at Sam's Club.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Felicia said she dehydrated. Yeah.
Chewy loves dehydrated sweet potatoes. So I was like, dang, I should have grabbed another one for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got that name. Look in the bowl.
Yeah. It was just so much easier. And I would make so much that I would put them in freezer, the gallon bags, and I would flatten it out and freeze it. And then whenever she would get low, what was in the fridge, I would take one out and put it in the fridge. So by the time the one ran out, I would have another one.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then, because theirs is back here. It was still kind of hot, so I was waiting on it to cool down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Freeze half and put other half in the refrigerator. This was an easy meal.
Yeah. I need to see this rack that was in there because I need a rack for my for my canner.
Okay. This rack came with it.
I'm gonna have to go on, my favorite place, Amazon, and see if I can find a rack for. Oh, it's just a flat rack. I thought you had like a rack that you're you know what I was thinking? It was like, you know how you have a rack for your baby bottles and it has the little pointy part up and you just put the baby bottles on there so they can.
Oh, I
thought that's what it was.
I do have these.
I have that kind of rack.
I like these, but they're too wide for the other canner. These go in the big black granite.
Okay.
I like these. And just sit it on the top.
Yes. TLC. I have mine trained to where she was only eating once a day from when she was a puppy. So she was an 80-pound dog, but she didn't go through food like that. Hey, Teresa. At Ace Hardware, Felicia, I'm gonna have to check that out. Mine came with the rack as well.
Ace Hardware, do it best.
Let me tell you, mine probably would have come with a rack if I had an actual water bath can. I use a big stock pot to can my jars when I water bath can. So that's all it is. And that's because when I did my salsa for the first time, which was a couple years ago, I went to YouTube University to find out how to do it. And I found somebody who was using a stock pot to do it. And I was like, I have one of those. I can do that. Hence why I still use it, because it works. Girl, 125? That's a big lab. Mine was a black lab as well. It was a female black lab.
Wow.
She was about 80. And I thought that was like maybe a little overweight for her breed.
Right.
That's a big lab. She was a solid 82. She wasn't fat at all. Of course, when she got old, you could see that the muscle wasn't, the definition wasn't there the same, but she was still wasn't.
Really, we look back at some pictures of him, and he was so fat. Even one of his little sweaters, when we first got him, we took a picture of him, and it was tight.
See?
That's what I think off of him now. But he done got old and, lost that muscle mass.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I put a half teaspoon of citric acid in the bottom of each one.
Okay, Felicia. I'm gonna have to look for that kit.
And although these are whole tomatoes, I'm still squishing them down.
Yeah. Get as many of them as you can in there.
So they're kind of creating their own juice because the tomatoes were still very, very warm because I don't use an ice bath, like I said. And then the jars are hot too, so I might not even need to add any water. So this is the last of them. There, just enough. And I got tomato juice, which I'm going to use to top all of these off. They still need to be debubbled. Bring you close so you can see. Those tomatoes are all squished down. I'm going to go to an inch headspace, but these can actually go to a half inch.
Okay. I have 1 minute left.
Mimi, will you call Marcus, see what he wants?
Yeah.
He might need you to order him an Uber. All right, so I'm just filling these. Oh, I got a little tomato down there at the bottom.
See? I need to process my onions too. I had so many onions that grew.
Yeah, I'm getting to go outside.
You said what?
They up here having whole conversations like they don't know it's Saturday night. Okay. All right, so they're full. Wash the rims off. Like this one is dirty.
I need to get my glass because I need a drink.
Yeah.
Not a drink like that. My throat has a tickle.
All right, now these are gonna go in the canner. What'd he say?
He just said you were off for like he said we were plugging in.
All right. I got to take All right, they're ready to go in. And I used wide mouth. If I'm doing whole or half tomatoes, I'm always going to use a wide mouth. It just makes it easier to stuff and easier to take them out.
Yeah. I plan on using the wide mouth for my chicken when I can chicken.
Uh-huh. Okay. Those are in the canner. So these are going to be 45 minutes. And we are already an hour and a half in. Let's see. Oh, Lydia found the Instagram. Thank you. Yes, it was 78. Pamper doggies. It would cost me too much when I had doggies because she's a big girl. Kodak is such a picky eater. I feel like he's easily every 2 weeks, about $80 every 2 weeks. And Chewy, because he was on a specific, he has no teeth, so it had to be those little soft cup thingies, nothing hard. And he didn't like the pates or anything. So Chewy is easily about $60 for 2 of those cases. But this, like I said, all that stuff in the pressure cooker was under $20, and I already had some chicken here that I'm gonna use. That only lasts a week, so we're gonna have to do the math. But I'm hoping that I come out better making it. Plus, they seem to be responding well to it because Chewy was sick.
Yeah, I always came out better making it. And it was easy. One day of work.
Yeah. Yep.
One day of work, and I get as much of it made up. Like I said, I would freeze some so that I wouldn't have to just always be doing it.
Right.
It was easy. And she enjoyed it in her stomach. She had no issues with it.
Yeah. Yep. That's what so far they haven't had any issues today. Chewy can probably stand to go out one more time. I prefer wide mouth for all my meats too. Yeah. Even when it's not meats, though, I always feel like I'm reaching for a wide mouth. I think I just prefer the wide mouth, period.
I only bought 1 pack of the wide mouth, and like I said, that's what I plan on using for the chicken. But if I would have thought about it, I would have bought it for more things because that would have been great for the pot roast.
Yeah. Yep. 45 minutes. So if I was doing quarts, 40 minutes, and pints, 40 minutes, quarts, 45. And then the pressure canner is only 10 minutes. You all have to can so much because of the harsh winters in your state. Yes, but I just like it. I just like doing it. So
the winters are definitely harsher here, and I'm worried that this year is going to be even, because we've been having really mild winters, quite honestly. And I think this year is not going to be that.
Yep.
Because the fact that we're already having some cool nights, and we have them for like weeks now, that don't happen in August. So that's making me like, we about to get hit.
Me too. I feel like it's creeping on in here because of the nights. And there were probably 3 mornings this week where I took pulled my heater out. I ain't getting out of this bed. This room is
yeah, because our nights have been hitting 50 something, high 50s.
I feel like one morning I got up and it said 46.
It might have.
Just within the last week or so.
It might have. Every morning before I go to work, I usually go walk the garden, And it's been many a mornings that I'm like, ooh, it's a little nippy out here.
Yes, heat. The heat wasn't on in the house,
Hi, Deborah.
but I have a little heat, and I have a picture. I should post it on my community page because Chewy loves the heater. And it's one of those big infrared heaters from Costco, which gets red. You can't look at it directly. It's going to burn your eyes. Chewy is like this close from it. He's old. He cold. But so when I pull that heater out, he's with it set right beside it till I put it away. I only leave it on for about 10 minutes, like I said, in the morning. Just take that cold out. But yeah, I pulled the heater out. I have no shame in my heater.
It's already hitting those 50s, pursuing righteousness.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Deborah Mosley. Welcome. It's still 70s in GA. Oh, that's perfect. 70s is perfect weather for me.
That's me year round. I like a nice 70, 70, like 75, 70, between 75, maybe 77.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny, breezy. That's me. That's my sweet spot.
So I used to work at a building and it was off-site, but it was literally like half a block. You just walk the length of the parking lot. And I remember every spring it would get nice and we would have meetings over at the other building. And did you walk? Is it 75? No. Mm-hmm. I drove.
Yeah. I'm looking at the weather for next week. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, our lows are going to be in the 50s.
Wow, my goodness. TLC in the garden, you don't get it as bad though, do you, Gina? Southern Ohio usually is milder than northern. So that's to you.
That's true because you guys are by the river, so you're by the water, and that's why I said it's been mild, TLC. It's been mild for years to me as far as how winter can be, because just for reference, the in 2008, and I won't forget it for several reasons. I lost my mom in 2008 in January. My birthday was in March, and it was the first time I had planned on doing something for my birthday. And we had this plan of going to this event that one of my best friends her family did every year. And I was going to go to the event and whatnot. We got like 13 inches of snow. Actually, I'm going to Google how many inches it was. It was like we were... And I was not a very nice person at that day. I never plan anything for my birthday. So the one year I do.
And your birthday is in March?
Mm-hmm.
See, my birthday is in December. I am 7 days away from Christmas. And I never plan anything for my birthday because we're going to get snowed out. We're going to get iced out. So many times, even as an adult, having something planned and the night before ice storms or a snowstorm or black ice. I think I turned 25 and I was like, I'm done. I do my own birthday.
Now, we didn't get as much as some parts of Ohio. Cleveland.
TLC wants to know March what? I have yours written down
March
somewhere.
10th.
March 10th. Okay, she's March 20th.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
And Mona's, is yours in March too?
Who?
Mona? Someone else's is in March too. Mimi's is in March.
I think Mona is in March. Let's see. It says it was with drifts. In some places, it was up to 15 feet tall. I said inches. That's not what I meant anyway. It wasn't no 12 or so. No, it was feet. I'm tripping.
Wow.
But yes,
Mona's is the 22nd. Okay, Mona.
we literally, and we went out too.
Mm-hmm.
My brother came, a couple of my friends came, people
Mm-hmm.
came. It wasn't my event. It was an event they were having, but there were other
Mm-hmm.
people there. So people had dug themselves out to go to get out of
Yeah.
their houses. And it was ridiculous.
I'm in GA as well, trying to grow cucumber zucchini within the next 2 months. Me
That's
too.
doable.
Yep, trying to get a little extra in.
That's doable in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Me too, with okra and pole beans, yes. And then Teresa down here. They're saying our winters are going to be very cold. I don't know how much colder. Last year we got to -22. Now, Lydia, that's brick.
But you know where Teresa's at.
Yes,
That's not even odd for them.
Yes, I
She's
do.
in Canada, for those that don't know. She's in Toronto. So
I'm from Chicago.
yeah, they get cold though. And that's pretty.
I know. Yep. It's another cold one. Just have them out up here too. The polar vortex.
TLC, are you in Cleveland? I think I ask you this every time. I think I do. But if so, they definitely get colder than where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're right by the water. It's like being in Chicago. If you've ever been to Chicago, it's a different kind of cold. But they're right there by the water.
Yep. Yep. Can I just say I'm trying this apple cranberry kombucha that I made. You can tell it's in the store-bought jar, but you can tell it's mine because it's got apples and cranberries in it. And I didn't like it too much. So I drank the other ones first, and then I just grabbed this one because I didn't have anything else. Yo.
It needed that time, didn't it?
It just needed some extra time.
It just needed that time.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I need some apples.
Yes. I thought you were TLC. We don't compare. Because I have family there, so I used to spend a lot of time between where I am in Cleveland. And yeah, it's different. It's
Thanks, Mona. Different. She said that's why I'm in the South.
I don't want to be in the South though. Y'all got all the creatures and stuff because it stay hot all the time. I'm good.
True.
I had them spiders. I told my husband, I was like, the tarantulas be trying to attack me when I go into the garden. Okay. They're daddy long legs, but they're
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say it. Tarantulas to me.
Mm-hmm. Kombucha queens.
I need to make some more.
I should probably do it tonight. That cabinet, I have 4 ready to come out. So I need to get them
That's
out.
That's why I don't even have any going right now. Well, I do have it going, but I'm scared to drink the one that's going because it's been going for too long.
It would just be stronger, wouldn't it? Oh yeah.
And I can't remember who it was who was saying that I think it was Her Happy Home saying that basically, because I was like, kombucha can turn it, you can make wine by fermenting.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And she's like, yeah, fermentation equals. And I was like, so I'm afraid that might be what it is now. And I am not like a fan of wine. Like
just get a sip.
I'll try it and see what it tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to just disregard it unless it's
right.
Like, yeah, I'll try it.
And that's how I felt about the cranberry apple. I was like, oh, I know I ain't going to like it, but I got to drink it. I ain't going to let it go to waste. But this was perfect. I just let it go a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. That just reminds me, I need to burp the one that's on my counter.
Mm-hmm. I pray we get snow this year. I know we don't get snow. We probably already got some drizzles some flurries in the forecast now. I'm gonna burp mine too.
Yeah. That one I think has peaches in it.
This one is the same thing, the cranberry apple. And like I said, I just didn't like it. So I kind of left it, but spurped it. But no, I'm gonna get this in the refrigerator. It's just big, so I need to clean out the refrigerator first, and then I'm gonna make some more of the cranberry.
That was your favorite one, right? The cranberry.
It tastes. I got one from the store in there.
Okay.
Get Mimi to do a taste test.
Oh, you're in Quebec.
So here's the one from the store. Opening it. So store in this kind of prismed glass, and mine.
Felicia, are you in Texas as well?
In this round glass. Mimi!
So Felicia, do you like it better when you're making it yourself? Because maybe that's why I'm not big. Like I have found one wine, I'm gonna show it to you, that I've liked.
Mimi, come here!
It is made locally by this husband and wife that have their own winery. And it's a black raspberry wine. This is the only wine that I have found that I like. It is very good. But this is it. I've tried other ones. I don't like the dry stuff. This is a sweet wine. I don't know. I'm not a drinker to begin with, so maybe that's another reason why I'd be like, my husband be liking all kind of wines, and I'm like,
Taste these.
I can taste the alcohol.
Kombucha. Ladies, thank you so much for your pleasantness and kindness. Tia, I'll catch you next week. Everybody have a great night and blissful tomorrow.
Good
You
night.
too. Good night, Angela. Good night.
You sweeten to taste. So I'm gonna try that. Maybe I'll like it better if I do it myself.
Like that one better? What's wrong with this one? They both taste like wine.
So when you do it, are you doing it the same process as we do with the kombucha, and then you just allow it to ferment longer?
So Mimi drank them both. She said she liked the prism glass better. So that's the store bought. She said they both taste like wine.
See, we're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to pop in on the next what am I thinking of?
Are you hungry?
The live for the humble stores, and come up and talk and tell us more about
Crochet and chat.
We're gonna crochet chat. We're gonna chat about wine though. You're gonna teach us your ways.
By the way, Tia, I don't know if you remember, we were talking about goat curry the other day. Ate some tonight. I know, subject change, but so good.
We was talking about it. Yes.
Oh, that sounds good. I just in that split second, I was like, is my Indian place open right now? No, it's too late. They closed because I would have broke the budget to go get me some curry.
Listen, it's never a bad time to talk about food, Felicia. I mean, not Felicia. That was Teresa.
Mm-hmm. That was good. Yes, and I did see a curry recipe, but I want to try just regular curry first that we just eat without canning. And then I want to try canning curry.
It always looks so pretty. Like tomato sauce has such a beautiful red.
Picturesque. Miss Craft has wine making playlist. Okay.
Who?
Miss Craft.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to my chat. I'm hungry now. I know. Let me see if I can find Miss Craft's playlist. All right. I got all of the jars out. Mine are going. I need to write down the time.
And these are the jalapenos I did today. They're still kind of warm though. I probably shouldn't be handling them.
No.
But
sometimes you just can't help it.
I know. They have all sealed up. They actually sealed pretty quickly after I got them out. You might start hearing these pop. See, that'd be weird to me. Like sometimes, okay, you tell me if this happens with you, Tia. Like some of these, I can tell already that the ring is loose compared to what it was when I put it in there. Okay, so that happens.
Yes. It could be headspace might have been off a little bit, so it might have wiggled a little bit more, making it looser. It could have just been that where it was, it vibrated a little bit more than the other one.
Okay. It's like 4 of them that are like that. I can look at them and tell that it's not as tight as it was when I put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
You just hear that one pop.
I did. All right.
Can I get ice wine from Canada? How would I do such a thing?
Look on my channel playlist, Winemaking 101. Okay.
I'm going to definitely check that out.
How am I supposed to get into this?
Put in the dishwasher, all of them, every single one. Yes, I see it. Oh.
You should, Mona. I'm going to try. Okay. I'm going to check that out. Lydia says she's still here.
Hi, Lydia.
She probably got it planned and taking care of stuff at the same time. I am going to make, I actually did film the pickling of the peppers. So I made content out of that. Because y'all be getting on me like, why did you make a video? I did. But I'm going to make your pound cake tomorrow. Tia.
In the bread machine? I was like,
That's the one.
okay.
Isn't a pound cake? Don't you add a pound of butter? Why?
Because that's the recipe.
But what does it do?
How come, what does the pound of butter do specifically to a pound cake? Does it make it more dense? Because I know pound cake usually has that.
Yeah, it do be hard, but don't be like.
You didn't use that much butter.
Nothing.
No, she's talking about like a real pound cake.
Yeah, I'm good. Because I was looking up recipes. I was like, oh, I don't want to have that much butter. Like, why is that necessary? That looks like a heart attack ready to happen. Yeah, sure. I did do a video. Now the editing has to happen, but I did do a video,
Let me know what these
and it's easy. To me, pickles and peppers are cucumbers and peppers are they are so easy.
Yes, I agree. I
Probably,
agree.
who knows when I'll have to
3
buy
sticks?
paper. Would you say?
Lydia says she used 3 sticks of butter. Pound cakes are expensive to make. Yes, they are, and you can't go with the cheap stuff on those, but they good.
Oh, there's no water and milk in it. The butter is the
Okay.
moisture. Is that what we're saying? And I have plenty of butter because I buy the 4 packs
A
from
pound for
Costco
everything.
and
That's what I
Sam's
thought.
Club, and I
But
just
then
freeze.
that's why it's so like rich and dense, right? Because you're using a lot. I've done a pound cake once.
Is that why it's called a pound cake? Because you use a pound of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Really? My great aunt used to make pound cakes all the time for the holidays, and she made them from scratch.
Yeah.
Baking is not my ministry. Cooking is more of my ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I'm not a big sweet eater.
Mm-hmm. I did a pound cake once from scratch. It was our older stove, and I felt like the outside got got almost burnt before the inside got done. So I never did it again after that, but I remember it was good.
Yeah. My old stove was the same way. It would always, like, things didn't cook right in it. This one, things cooked perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I had before this was like, it was a very old stove, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really old. And it baked nothing right. Everything would get burned on some part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in my liquor store, I will look.
I love a good salt. Yep, me too. You need a heavy pan, and maybe I just had like a little cheap pan. I probably did. I do all my cakes from scratch.
Sure,
I do box. I do from scratch from the box.
That's what I listen. I was telling Tia that I did a cheesecake factory.
You're welcome.
What do they call that when you make something of a
copycat?
Copycat. And of the red velvet cheesecake. And people was commenting on there like, you use box cake mix? Like, ugh. I'm like, I comment right back, baking is not my ministry. I will make it happen in the way that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can eat the homemade baked stuff. That's fine. But me making it myself.
Me too.
I'll try some things, but if the recipe call for too much, I'm good.
Baking is an exact science. And I don't be exact and stuff. Even when I measure it, I'm good enough.
Me neither. I remember there's a lady on YouTube who does the what is that? Smackalicious sauce for her seafood boils and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that sauce, she puts like 4 to 5 sticks of butter in it. So the first time I was trying to make it, my cousin's like, because my cousin was telling me how great it was. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a seafood boil and I'll make the sauce. And she was like, when you make it the first time, follow it to the T. She was like, you can change it the next time. Like if you want to make things different, but for the first time, experience it the way it's made and make it to the T. Like that doesn't, I didn't hear her. She said it, and yes, I repeated that she said it, but I didn't hear her. I don't do anything that way. If I don't like a thing, it's not going in my recipe. And I tell, even when I make my recipes on my channel, I always say, don't this is how I make it. If you
Yep.
don't like, I don't like onion, so I will omit onion from lots of recipes. If you don't like onion, omit the onion. It still can be good, you know, without that one thing. It's not going to make the whole dish.
Right. Only thing I try not to do is with canning, but like you said, I know I don't need that, and I know that thing that I'm taking out is not going to affect the time or the safety.
Yeah. But you're right, with baking, you can't be like that. You can't be like, well, I'm only gonna do a cup of sugar. I know it say 2, but no, you can't do that.
I'm gonna do melted butter because I let it go a little too long in the microwave. That's me all day. It says softened butter, but it's melted today. Yep. Yeah, you can. Careful.
That's my husband, Teresa.
I have no self-control.
He loves the sweets.
I prefer salty, but if I get in a sweet craving,
me too. Now, if I get a sweet craving, I want something good. So I will go for something like a piece of pound cake. I love pound cake. I love brownies. So I usually would go for something. I am when I want something sweet, I like the decadent stuff.
I made a German chocolate cake sometime last week. But I ate about 80% of that cake myself.
See, I think Lydia was talking about making a German chocolate cake. I was like, ugh, coconut, ugh.
I love it.
Ruined it. I think my favorite is like a lemon cake. I love lemon for everything.
I do too.
Yeah. I'm gonna use when I make the cake tomorrow, I'm gonna use butter extract and vanilla extract. And
I must have been you because you were talking about the butter extract and some other extracts that you would use. And I said, I have never seen
cake batter. That's why we did it up
1 week ago.
This is the butter. It's by McCormick's.
Okay.
I don't know if it's coming through.
Yes, I can see it.
And then I have cake batter, which is also McCormick's. And I used to use the cake batter with my pancakes, those protein pancakes. I would put that in there to give it a nice little flavor. The other ones I think are not actual extras. I think I have some imitation caramel and stuff like that, and imitation. Now the lemon is a pure extract. I have that one. So I do have lemon, but I think I have like a strawberry and other ones that are imitation. I don't really use those that much. But yeah, I'm gonna put the butter, I think, and the vanilla in it.
So Teresa says, if not, Christmas is coming, can send you some. It's a dessert wine, 3 ounces at a time. Lydia says,
for it, Teresa.
A week ago, and I'm making with my husband his
That's
birthday.
what she said. She was making that German chocolate cake for his birthday.
Okay, Miss Shirley, thank you for stopping by. Y'all have fun.
I didn't even know Miss Shirley was in here. Hi, Miss Shirley.
I didn't either. But you have fun at your lawn party?
I think she's saying hello. Because I don't think I knew. I don't think she was in here. Hey, Miss Shirley.
Evening was at a lawn party playing cards. So she was saying good evening. She got a lawn party in the morning. Miss Cheryl said, just do butter. Just do butter.
No, I am. No. I am doing butter as well. I'm not substituting the butter for extract. That wasn't
Not in the sweets. Yep.
I wasn't saying that.
What is the alcohol for ice wine? What is the percentage alcohol for ice wine? Everybody's saying hi. So I think mine has another 20 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
Be 11:20.
That is a good question. What's the alcohol percentage? Like 1. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm a wimp. When it comes to stuff, I'll be like I don't want to taste the alcohol. I don't know if
Exactly.
people enjoy that. I don't.
Exactly. I don't want to taste it unless I'm doing shots. That's the only time. But other than that, I will taste it. There's got to be fruity, sweet, mix it up.
That part.
Mix it up.
And I'm like, at that point, I just don't need to drink. So I don't.
I got to 11:40 and I'll turn it off. Okay. About 10% alcohol. But yeah, only other time is when like I don't do whiskey or anything like that. But if I'm doing some shots, yes.
Mm-mm. No. No. I'm a wimp. And it's funny because my mom, my dad, my brothers, they all enjoy to have a drink. I'm like, can I get a Coke Zero, please?
I used to, Marcus, and we still have some back there. I feel like I see 3, maybe 4 of these big sangria bottles. And then I would get a 12-pack of the small cans of 7-Up, and I would mix those. It was for a good minute. Every night I was having me putting them drinks. Good.
See. Mm-mm.
I give most wines a gift. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't drink much. Yeah, they always make nice gifts.
they do.
Really nice. And I did that for my mom and my father-in-law. They both got baskets for Christmas. And my father-in-law got a wine and a decanter and glasses and stuff like that.
Men love that stuff. If they drink, they love that stuff.
Right. And then my mom got a new book she likes to read, a blanket, wine, and a glass, and it says something like cuddling up with a good book. So that's what we did for her. And it was all personalized and stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
These 2 hours went by fast.
They did.
You're probably like,
not don't even feel it until you said
first half hour.
Yeah, until you said 2 hours, I didn't even realize it'd been 2 hours, but it has.
That's what I just looked, and I was like, it's 11. They went by fast.
Yeah.
So
probably hope that my stuff didn't delay us.
So I'm gonna do a video. I had meant to this week, but every day was just chaotic. But here is the new book that I got, and this is the book that the pot roast was in.
Okay.
That we did last week, because I had a ebook, but it was hard to read. I want to make notes and tab, so I just went ahead and got this on Amazon. The all new Ball Book of Canning and Preserves. I think this is more of it's nice to have it as a third book because it's not so much on canning. It's not really, I feel like only about half the book is canning. The rest of it is fermenting and dehydrating. And it goes more into, okay, well, you've made this recipe and this is how you can use that recipe for dinner or something like that. So it has just plain recipes in there. But I marked some of the canning things. I'm always willing to do these live. Drunken Peaches. This has bourbon in it. That would be nice.
What would you use those for?
I don't know. In here,
Anybody know that?
you see the picture. It's just kind of like some ice cream. peaches and
I
ice
was
cream.
thinking maybe that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had an ice cream recipe once that used bourbon.
Oh,
Well, no, was it bourbon? What is Captain Morgan?
rum.
Oh, it used rum. It used rum and dates and something else. It was a homemade ice cream recipe. So you'd be surprised. There's probably quite a few ice creams that use some type of. Oh, about the gift.
Okay,
I'm gonna search for it first, because I know between Canada and the States is a nice little mountain.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So I'm gonna search for it first.
So another one is a Southeast Asian sweet and sour sauce.
I would like that.
I would like that. It's down here in this little cup, but it looked like real sweet and sour sauce. Well, I'm trying to catch up. You're fine. You're fine. Meatballs
on what?
On the chat. I thought she was trying to catch up on the chat. Rum, Lydia says. Marcus says we won.
I told you I don't drink.
If anyone wanted to know, the Chicago Bears won the game.
Yeah. By the way, Marcus, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. No, I don't live in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania or whatever, but fan. Whole house is.
And this recipe is meatballs in marinara sauce. And this week I thawed some meatballs and I put them in marinara sauce and I had meatball subs.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't know
would be perfect.
I wouldn't know what that recipe is. Is it cooked? Do you cook them first? Is it raw? I would can up, because I prep my meatballs and freeze them, but I would can them up if I could.
Okay, so this is not a canning recipe. So I think what it is like I said, how the book is, it says oven roasted marinara, and then over here it says meatballs and marinara.
Oh,
because the first thing that got me, it said breadcrumbs, and I was like, wait a minute, you can't breadcrumbs? So no.
Okay.
No. So there goes that. But I would love a nice meatball and marinara recipe. I think that sounds great. Lydia says, whoop, whoop. Cheryl says, yes. Boo, Steelers. Yes, I'm looking too.
Marcus, walk through downtown with your head high. My husband will show up at a Cincinnati Bengals game and all his Pittsburgh Steelers stuff and say, what? And it won't even be a Cincinnati Pittsburgh game.
And this is a canning recipe, and I marked it for Marcus because he might like it. It says spicy pickled okra with cherry tomatoes and pearl onions.
He probably would.
Yeah, he probably would. Not to me.
Yeah.
I love the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. We have a couple Cleveland fans in our office, and I'd be like, because last year they had a pretty decent season.
Brownies all the way.
Yeah.
See. So 10 more minutes back there.
How much time you got left, Cheryl?
I think
process our beans.
Either 20 or 30. I feel like she might be 20 minutes behind me, so maybe 30 minutes. If I got 10 minutes, really? The Browns?
I know.
I wore a Browns t-shirt in one of my videos, and Lydia swore up and down that I like the Browns. And even told TT likes the Browns. That's just my last name. I just picked the shirt because it was my last name.
Hilarious.
That's the only reason I could.
Hilarious.
Yep, 11:30. Okay. All right. So then you are about 5 minutes behind me.
That's
Nah.
not much at all.
No. We got it. Miss Shirley says, Cheryl, we got to root for somebody.
Yeah.
Told somebody and all. You sure did? Yeah, TT is a Cleveland Browns fan. I think I was in the chat like, yay, go Browns.
See? Mm-mm.
Nah, I just like the shirt. All right. My house smells so good. Not the Browns, Miss Shirley. I know that house does smell good. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it.
Yes. And it's so gratifying, like once you're done, and
Absolutely.
like I said, you can look at what you've done and that stuff is there for you to use when you're
I
ready.
can't tell you how many times I would just go and just look. I made that.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
And I try my jars all the time because I want to make sure they're sealed good. So I will go and lift them by the tops. That's how I always find when one of the things didn't.
I do, but even before I like take it in the basement, I always just try to like get my finger up under there, see if it's giving me any lift.
Yeah.
What is it, Cheryl? I think she was talking about what she was canning, and she is doing beans tonight. Laugh out loud. My kids call me a hoarder. Did Lydia and Mona share with you too the hats I suggested we use to? The hats I suggested for you to crochet. Yeah, those brownies are selling them Girl Scout cookies tonight.
I don't recall that, but I did get a email from Felicia for a hat.
Oh,
remember the hat we were looking at that she did? She found the pattern. She emailed it.
That's a good question that TLC had for you.
My lids, they're the ball lids.
So it made me think of something that I did not know this. But when we were at our class, the lady showed, she said, on most ball lids, there's a serial number or a lot number. And then that way, if you're having a lot that are not sealing, or let's say ball recalls, there is a number. So if you look at your ring like this, on each corner is a number. So this right here says 2-6, 3, 2-6, and then 3. So that might be lot number 3, blah, 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 blah. So that's one thing to keep in mind too. I've never heard of Ball doing any type of recalls, but if there are, or if you're calling to complain, they can research it back to that lot number, when it was manufactured and all of that stuff.
I don't think Ball is the problem with my sealing with these particular jars, because it's just my beans. Nothing else has done that.
Okay. What up, Tia and Gina?
Who is that?
Being proud, get outdoors, Josh.
Yeah.
Fairly fair with the family got to ride the Ferris wheel. It was so fun. Okay.
I do get extra ones. Of course, my jars come with them, but like when I've used a jar and I'm using that jar again.
It's nice just to have some extras.
But I did not notice. I mean, I didn't not. Oh yeah, there is numbers on there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I would have never looked.
Mm-mm.
And like I said, it's probably not just the fact that it was beans either, Cheryl. It could be the canner, meaning the person that's canning. I'm just saying.
Oh, and as I'm looking at them in the box, I have a box here where they're all together. They say 3-22, 3-23, 24, 25. So that's like, that must be like how it was printed off. And each one is stamped with a different number. That's nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are all right together and none of them repeat. Okay.
Yep, I would have never looked for that. So yeah, it could be just me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
What you
And I'm
can
not gonna-
I say?
Oh yeah, Josh asked what you canning.
I am canning some tomatoes, just plain straight up tomatoes. And what you got, Miss Gina?
I am canning some tomato sauce. And I was going to show it, but the jars are like fire. They're
Don't
hot.
touch them. Don't you touch them. Resist the urge. I have had to. You'll know how many times someone has come over, or Mimi and Marcus, and it'll be sitting out there. What's this? I have written notes and put down like on the corners. Don't touch this. Don't pick it up. Leave it alone. I'll let you know when it's done.
That's
It's
right.
and boiled
Cheryl,
for
the
30
jars that I had, they sealed that day. Mind you, I think you were probably here when we did that candy. So the one I found today, it had no problems. And then today when I went to lift it, the lid came off. It just yeah. So
over to four jars for lids. I'm gonna write that down. Is that the name? 4 jars for lids?
I have seen people talk about those. What is her name? The one who did the pepper jelly. I know her name. It's like it's right there and I can't get it out.
Is that Sundays?
Sutton Days. Yes, she uses those jars. Now, for my peppers that I can today, I use mostly ball jars, but I had like 3. I think I had 3 jars that I had gotten from the Dollar General. I don't remember what the name was for them, but I still used ball lids. I didn't trust to use their lids, but I did use their jars.
Yes, this is the company.
Yes. I've heard people talk about 4 jars. Who said that? Was that TLC?
That was TLC, yes.
Do you can TLC? Have you tried those jars? Kettle Kitchen does 4 jars. I think I saw it on Kettle Kitchen as well.
And Ann
uses them? I don't know if I've heard Ann mention what she uses. So
I don't think I've heard her mention either.
I know she cans, but I don't know if I've ever heard her mention the type of jar she uses. I wonder how her trip is going. Lydia, have you talked to Ann?
Smash that like button, please. Thanks, Josh.
I don't think I did.
So I turned mine off. Cheryl, you should be pretty close as well. I turned mine off and just gonna let it cool down. Start to cool down. So I don't know what I'm doing next week. Talk to Ann at 6 a.m. in the morning. Why? Heard an Uncle G with me. With me if for breakfast. What? She posted some pictures yesterday. What does this say? I have not tried the lids yet. I still have a lot of older ballers from a couple years ago. Yeah, I still have a lot that I need to go through too. Audacity Garden. Yes. Alicia, I'm eating now. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Guava. I want to ferment some.
Shirley.
I too. I need to read up on it. I bought a new some fermenting stuff and the masher. And I was actually looking for it today. I don't know where I put it. And I took it out the box. I looked at it. But I need to get the fermenting. I want some sauerkraut. But yeah, I want to read up on it too. I do good reading, having an actual book in hand because I like to take notes. And I like to take classes because I'm going to have questions that need answered.
Yeah. And I need you to take the classes so that I can ask you the questions that I need answered.
I like taking classes. I like the challenge. I told Marcus, I was like, I'm going to go get my CDLs. I didn't say I was going to drive a truck, but I mean, if I wanted to, I could. And then I'd like the bragging rights. Yeah. I got my CDLs. Yeah. I'm certified. No, I just drive my little car. So yeah, I do actually when I was taking the ball class, when I was like registering and going to the Purdue website for the ball class, I was looking at some of their other food science programs, and they had a dog food making program. And that was the first time that I ever thought about it. That part. I know that part. I had been thinking about it. And actually, I don't know what day of the week it was. I'm just going to say Tuesday. But Tuesday morning, I was like, you know what? I think I want to take a dog food making class. I want to make sure that what I'm giving them is enough nutrition, enough vitamins, enough minerals. I just don't want to give them food, but they're not getting any nutrients out of it. So I was like, I think I'm going to go look it up. I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. And then later that night, I was talking to Lydia, and she just starts searching up how to make dog food and stuff like that. And I was like, see,
yeah,
I've had too many things come up about this. I was like, I'm gonna take that class.
Yep. And you can put like chia seeds and stuff in their foods as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing,
yes.
I was doing. Because I used to put something in my, I'm trying to think of what it was. I used to put it in my smoothies, and I started putting it in her food, in my dog's food.
I heard someone say flaxseed.
Flax, that's what it was.
And I make breakfast smoothies, so I have all of that stuff right there.
That's why I had it. I was putting it in my smoothies. I didn't like chia, that's why I didn't use that. I don't like how it makes things gelatinous, like gelatin.
When I add that to it, that's something that I almost have to chug. Yeah, because I just put it in, and it has.
I want to enjoy my smoothie. I don't want to have to chug it.
I will if I'm doing like a protein shake. And me, I drink really slow too. So by the time I do get to it, it's separated a lot of the times.
Yes.
So a lot of times I'm like, look, we got to get this down, girlfriend.
Yes, that part. Yeah.
These sessions are great. And when Tia was on video, I was watching at work. Thank you.
On vacation. When you were on vacation.
On vacation, yes. I like them too. And honestly, it gives me something to do. And I always need something to do. So I really
go back to them, and I watch, and when instead of asking you like, what did you do? I just go back and watch the video.
I go back to them. If I'm canning something else and I just want to, what ingredients did I use? I'll go back to it. Or how much time?
Yep.
I'll be referencing my own stuff.
I do it all the time. I'm like, what did she say the headspace was on that?
Mm-hmm. So a good rule of thumb with headspace, and it's not 100% accurate, but I haven't come across any that have varied yet.
Mm-hmm.
The jams and jellies and marmalades, stuff like that, it's the 1/4 inch. When it's being water bathed, it's a 1/2 inch. And when it's being pressure canned, it's 1 inch. So that's usually how I remember. But like I said, I haven't, and I know that it's not 100% accurate, but so far, all of it's been like that.
Okay.
See if mine are ready to come out.
See, look at that pretty red. I swear tomatoes have the prettiest red color when they come out. Except chicken. What is the head spacing on chicken, TLC? Because chicken is pressured, so it's not a 1 inch. Oh. Okay. I did hear that a lot of them were different. They had changed. Like if you get the new book, the spacing has changed on some things. I did hear that.
Okay. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I've heard that on some things. But even for that, I've heard some people who just have always canned, like have been canners for like ridiculous amount of years. They're like, I'm just going to do what I've always done because it's not been a problem.
Right,
But
right.
but they will say, but the book says now that you should be this at this stage.
You know, I've done that before too. This is what I've done. I'm not going to tell you how to do yours because I'm not going to be responsible for you, but this is what I do. Looks good, Tia. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that was not all of the tomatoes. That was probably about half. About half. Maybe, yeah, let's just say about half of the tomatoes that I got today.
Yeah. So what are you going to do with the other half?
I am going to, I think the ones that aren't ripe, I'm going to let sit out a little bit. And then I want to slice those up and dehydrate them, season them for some tomato chips.
You did say that.
And then I thought about doing some vinaigrette, but all of my jars are tied. All of my half-gallon jars are tied up with kombucha. So unless I go get some more, I ain't got no jars.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering if I should get some more jars just to be on the safe side.
Yes. I get my jars. I don't get them during canning season.
I didn't get most. I have got some since canning season, but most of them I had got before.
Yes. I get them before any other time, and usually there should be about $1 a jar, depending on the size. Mm-hmm. But usually maybe between $6 and $10, and $10 is my absolute highest I'm gonna go for a case of jars, unless it's something that I absolutely need. Like I'm doing this, I'm in the middle of something, I need a jar right now. But during canning season, they jack the price up. It doubles. So I do not jars during the canning. If anything, I get the lids, the box of lids.
Yeah.
Yes, but do it, Josh. You got a lot of berries out there too. You can get some nice stuff.
I saw that Jesse and Lisa made some pineapple habanero jelly.
Ooh,
that sounds so good.
That's good. Those look so good. Well, I gotta do tomatoes. I got jars that were on sale at Wally World. Yes, that was pretty good.
Yes. That's not bad at all. That's what I need, more quarts. I think I got 2 packs of quarts because I wasn't thinking I would use as many quarts. But I wasn't thinking about canning on the scale of like the meats and stuff at that time. I was thinking about salsa, pickles, pasta sauce.
I'm gonna look for this video. I did a video where Marcus doesn't do anything in small quantities, and he found some cheap jars. And I came home from work, and there was jars all over the place. Not jars, like the cases of the jars, and
You couldn't use the jars and just put different lids with it?
No, I'm just saying the amount that he brought home.
Oh.
They were all ball, but the amount, like I find that video, he got at least 10 cases.
Wow.
And we still living off them cases. I went down in the basement and we were down. This was our last unopened case of quart sizes, but then I also have quarts that I've used before. I just was trying to grab everything together with the lid and everything. I saw that video, lots of jars. Yep. His friend gave them to him. Yes, Lydia, he got them from somebody at work.
Nice.
We had jars, y'all. Jars.
Nice. Look, it's all right. Where it's at. She knows exactly. Oh yeah, I know where that video is. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Felicia. Felicia's like, I ain't come here to play. Look, y'all.
Listen, it's somewhere between there. That ain't even a wide stretch. That's almost
right. Perfect. See, I wasn't even looking in the playlist. Let me go to the playlist and see if I can find it.
I don't think I would need more pints, but I definitely need more quarts. I have quite a bit of the half pints too.
Yeah, those are always good just to have on hand as well.
Those are the best to me for like the jams and jellies.
They are perfect, and they're cute. Yeah. And then if you want to give them away, you're not giving away a whole quart.
They were great for gifts. Yes, the only thing I don't like is because I told you I had shared my pepper jelly with a couple of my employees. I gave like 3 jars of my pepper jelly away. I don't like that I don't get my jar back.
Now, are you telling them that you want your jar back?
I didn't. So I didn't think about it until I realized I'm not getting my jar back.
You know, I've had people tell me that, and at the time I wasn't canning, and honestly, they never got theirs back. But now, yeah.
But no, I didn't tell them to give it back. They would have had I told them that.
It was number 154. At least on my end, it was 154. And I might be seeing some stuff that I had like it's private that I never released. Because I do have some old videos. Like, oof, no. They ain't no good. But yeah.
24 ounce. So that would be.
I asked for the wine bottle back. I know that's right.
What's the quart? Let me see.
32?
12, 30. Okay.
It's been given to him. I actually love wide mouth and would love to rack up 24 ounce. Oh, you mean that pint and a half? Where it's small as
I
the
never
quart
seen
is skinny. I'm looking at this video right now. The sound's not on, but I'm just trying to count all the cases he gave me. Bottles are expensive. Yes, they are.
I like what Josh said. He's like, I like to he likes to make his jam in the baby food jars, so he doesn't have to share too much.
Close. Mm-hmm. Would love 10 cases of them. No. And like I said, this was in November 2020, and I promise we still living on some of them jars. And mind you, I also do crafts and other stuff with my jars, so they weren't all for canning.
Mm-hmm.
It says, thanks, Nate. So yeah, that must have been his coworker at work. I think the guy really liked like my salsa, and I would give him stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good night. Can you let Chewy outside? You can let him inside. I'll let him in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
What's that?
Wow.
How many cases that I had?
Wow. And you know what? Sometimes people be working for these places and you don't even know. I remember when I found out one of my coworkers' daughter worked for Whirlpool, and they was getting those KitchenAid blenders. Like people were getting a hookup in our office because she could get them for little to nothing. And I was like, how come I didn't know about this? I was so hurt. By the time I found out about it, she wasn't working there no more.
When
But it wasn't because of her.
When I was pregnant with Mimi, I had a friend that worked at Perigo. I don't know if they're still around anymore, but she gave me a free stroller. And then I had another friend whose parents worked at like a outreach for mothers that needed assistance, and they just gave me a free Perigo car seat, and it just so happened that they matched the color and everything. They matched the stroller and the car seat, and you put it on there and it locked.
Yeah,
how much that saved right there.
Right. That'd be those little blessings in disguise. Yes, I love free.
Yep.
Josh said, "Gotta love free." Yes.
Good night, memes. And she says, "I like the 24 ounces too." I do too. I know
I've never seen them.
I know they say they're for asparagus. I don't like the asparagus, so I use them for other things. But I don't have any that I don't think I have any that I can pull out right now. They're all being used. Yeah. I have actually no, I got one. Here it is. So here's a regular size quart. It's about the same size.
But it's more narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is
that'd be perfect for like canning chicken.
Yeah. Yep. This is my Cajun sausage seasoning. So when I make sausage, which I probably need to, but I don't have any room in the freezer. Cajun sausage.
Mm-hmm. Lydia said that she liked them for the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah, me too.
Or beef or whatever.
So I think we're just waiting on Miss Cheryl.
And she's probably getting her stuff out. She stopped chatting. She's probably getting her stuff
out. That's what I'm saying.
Her
getting it out now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pressure canning, she might not have released yet.
Right. That's true. That's true. But she would have it off the heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's anything specific that anyone, let me scoot closer. I feel like I'm in the dark. If there's anything specific that anyone wants us to can. Oh, my pressure is down. All right. Okay.
She said it's going down.
Oh, it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lydia.
Yes. I already sent her a request on Instagram.
Okay.
She's like me. She has a private page. I only have a private page because I don't be wanting all that, them fake accounts in my account.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Try to back out without hitting end. Because that's what I did that one time when I picked up my phone. There.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
All right, I'm trying to pull up Miss Cheryl. Oh, the hat. The crochet hat. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like that one. Instagram. I wrote it down. So if you guys want to catch Garden State Gardener tomorrow, he's showcasing a couple channels. One of them is The Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick, myself, as well as Miss Gina versus Gina.
Yes.
So if you want to go check that out.
Yes. He's going to be giving away all kinds of stuff. He gives away stuff every Sunday.
He does.
For hours.
CL Faulkner 78. Okay. Collard greens with smoked turkey. My mom came over here today and parboiled 3 Ziploc baggies of greens. She put them in my freezer. She said she didn't have room, but she was just kind of parboiling them, getting them ready. She's like, "Don't you eat my greens. You leaving them over here."
Listen, I want to can some greens, but my collards, of course, are not anywhere near ready.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Miss Cheryl. Wait, what? Had me an alligator sausage with Cajun sauce when we went to the States. That was at a music fest. I can't stop thinking about it.
What state was you in? Was that Louisiana?
Or Florida?
Oh, they have alligator. They eat alligator in Florida?
Uh-huh.
I've never been to Florida, but
Or
I know
in
they do it.
Texas, because Marcus has had it in Florida, and in Texas we saw it on the menu a couple of times, but he didn't get any. Thank you, Lydia.
So basically, somewhere down south.
Somewhere down south, yeah. You're right. That's all you had to say.
I've been to Louisiana, I've been to New Orleans, and I know they was eating. They had alligator on the menu.
I feel like his was like alligator tail bites or something. I think I had one, just one. He said on what? The alligator bites. Down south, yeah. Oh, on my oxtails my oxtails are so good. Yes, I made, just call me Dropper.
Thank
I
you.
made oxtails, and I wanted to get a video, but somebody called me and I started video chatting. But I wanted to get a video. I follow It's the White's cooking show and some over the phone advice of Lydia at Best Yet Journey, who'll be making up recipes like that. And them was the best oxtails that I made to date. I need to make some more. Great.
They look good.
Good.
Pull this back.
Yeah, they came out perfect. Oh, no, it was a huge music fest in Pennsylvania. There were vendors from all over. Okay. So the vendors were from down south.
Probably so.
They were.
I was kind of thinking though, for him to be going somewhere down south from Canada, that's a long probably trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From where I am to get it depends on where I'm going. Somewhere like some place like Georgia, probably like 8 hours, 8 to 10, depending on the part of Georgia I go to. But it would take me I couldn't drive straight through from here to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That took quite a while.
My sister and her husband and Marcus, I think they all went down together. They drove from Indiana to Florida because we all went on vacation once. And my sister and brother-in-law got 1,000 kids, so they weren't flying. And Marcus was with them and helped them drove. And it was between Marcus driving and my brother-in-law driving, but they drove straight through. And then me and Mimi, we flew. But then when we went to Texas this past week, we drove. That was a straight shot. Josh says,
how long did you drive?
I think it's a 16-hour drive, but we stretched it out to about 18.
Okay.
So, sausage was on a skewer. We even hit up a stand with corn cobs, buttered, and I know that's right, seasoning. Everyone walking around with one of them. Can you can oxtails? I'm looking it up right now. I know what I'm thinking, but I want to look it up to be on the safe side.
Who asked that, Marcus?
I'm surprised he didn't, but no, he didn't. That was Cheryl Faulkner.
Oh, okay.
Went down for a disc golf tournament. Yes, Quakertown, I believe. I remember you do those tournaments. 1,000 kids, really? No, not really. They got 4. They're a lot of kids. I do Atlanta to Chicago once a year. Yes, another really long drive. Not drive from Texas and still be. You could drive all day in Texas and still be in Texas. You're right. So let me see. So I'm looking up these oxtail. So I went to the National Center for Home Food Preserving and I typed oxtail in the search bar. And oxtail didn't come up exactly, but beef broth did.
I was wondering if it would process like beef.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what it is. You can can beef with let me make sure, but you can beef with the bone, which is all. Well, I guess it's cartilage, but so something. But I'm gonna look up beef. But I think you can oxtail. I would just be really sure to trim as much fat off. But yeah. So under meat, it says strips, cubes, or chunks of meat. Bear. So if you never know, you can bear, beef, lamb, pork, veal, and venison. Now I'm just going to do another search. 10 hours from AL to NC. Oh my gosh. So that's what, Alabama to North Carolina. I went from Phoenix to Atlanta. Now that is a drive. Wow. 4 kids is not unless they're close in age. She's got like two older ones close in age. They're grown now. And then 2 younger ones close in age. But you have to remember, for me, Marcus has 3, so I have 4 total, but they were all older when I came around. So for me, I only had Mimi. And it I always say it's very quiet. It was just quiet. It wasn't a lot of kid talking and picking on each other. It was just always quiet.
No fighting.
No fighting. I'm gonna do deer, yes.
I had a lot of stuff going on in this dang office. I need to get it together. You see all those tomatoes in the windowsill?
It's a lot of green tomatoes, Gina.
It is. And that's just one windowsill. There's another one that has tomatoes. I had to come in here because my laptop was dying.
Okay.
So I need to plug it up. Oh. But you know what? I should have. Let me see if I can turn this around. Don't ignore all the other clutter and stuff. That's the shelf that I added with the to put my stuff on.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah. So I am going to check the manufacturer because, like I said, I can easily add 4 more shelves if I can get them.
Yeah. You getting all stocked. Love it.
I forgot I canned peaches as well. So I have peaches. This is the jar that came loose. I haven't even taken it out of here yet because I was in here. I lifted it and that came right off.
Wow.
So. But it's a mess in here because I've been trying to declutter.
Well, I got to get in bed. Big plans for me, little buds tomorrow, and busy day tomorrow. Thank you, Josh, for stopping by.
See you, Josh. Have a good night.
We're on replay tomorrow. Thank you. It took less time to fly. Wow. From Atlanta to Berlin. Wow. I subscribe to Very Nice Crochet channel, Kristen Dumdo. I don't know where I got the okra. No.
Maybe.
I have Tuesday mornings. Great energy. We love great energy. Oxtails are next. Tia, have a wonderful evening. Good evening. Good night. Good night. Good night. I forgot Chewy was outside.
Okay, Cheryl. You got this down. This canning. Because I think Josh said later, Chewy. But yeah, I need to put chicken
for about 10 minutes
on my list.
and hearing them pink as well. Yes, very, very, very satisfying to just bing.
Oh. Actually, I only heard one of mine do that. Now that I think about that, while I was although I really wasn't paying attention.
I think I heard just one of mine, but I bet they've fallen. Sometimes I'll look at them and I'll try to guess which one is about the pink.
I do that too. I do that too. I know I
I'm
want to do
dehydrating
chicken.
peppers and basil. Okay, Mona.
What's that? I'm dehydrating basil. Oh, okay.
And what are you going to do with it? Are you going to grind each down like the peppers? What are you going to do with the peppers?
I need to dehydrate some basil myself. I have a lot of pineapple sage out there too. A lot.
You know, I like to dehydrate like the oregano, basil, all that stuff. But if I can't find it, I will go to the store and buy it and wash it off really good, dehydrate it, and make my own Italian.
Yeah. I did my my mint. I do still have some mint growing, but I did dehydrate a lot of mint as well.
Mint is another good one, and lemon balm.
I didn't get lemon balm this year. Well, I've never had it. I shouldn't say this year. I haven't done lemon balm.
I did lemon balm last year, and it never came up. But we had a really wet year. I struggled last year.
I did do lemon thyme this year.
Okay.
And it grew really well.
Come here. Get off here. All right, you can go now. Forgot Kodak had his collar on. I take that off. You can go. You've been a good boy. So Mona says yes, she's gonna grind it down. And I need to get my peppers out of the garden, and I'm not gonna grind them because I have so many peppers from last year. All the peppers I did last year, I dehydrated them, but I never grinded them down. So I think I'm gonna do like you, Gina, and slice them up and freeze them.
Yeah, I do it. I do that. This is the first year I canned them, but I also freeze them. I have a lot of them in the freezer already, and then I did dehydrate some.
TLC, I need to dehydrate some more green powder. Mine was spinach, and my daughter in love
is allergic to spinach.
Okay.
You know what daughter in love is? It's a daughter-in-law, but they don't say that. They say daughter-in-love.
Okay. I did some green powder. I did broccoli. And grinded that down, and I'll put a little bit in my in like my smoothies.
I was just about to ask what you use it for. So you're using, is that what you're using it for as well, Tina? For smoothies? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Or just add some fiber, getting that leafy green in. My son
Mhm.
passed before. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
What did I miss?
TLC said my son passed before they got married, so daughter in love.
Oh, gotcha.
Smoothies and in sauces. I'm going to do some sweet potato leaves and kale for green powder. Yes, I'm going to do some kale too. The pressure is at 0, but the buttons are still up.
Yeah. The my sweet potato leaves, the bugs enjoy them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. The bugs have enjoyed. There's like
Now, what are the sweet potato leaves for? Just for like extra fiber?
I don't know. I just hear they're good for you and they taste good.
Oh, I ain't never heard
That's
that.
what I heard. But I haven't I've never eaten them. I'm growing a lot of sweet potatoes. Well, I'm attempting to grow a lot of sweet potatoes. I have 4 baskets and a big container growing sweet potatoes out there, so I'm hoping I get some.
I'm looking at some recipes, and it looks like they're using it just like you would, like steamed spinach or some kale or something.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
That's what Felicia just said, that you can use them like spinach.
Okay.
Lots of nutrition in the leaves.
Well,
I heard the same with the leaves from the broccoli. So if I'm planning on, I don't have it near me. I have a netting for my garden bed, so I'm gonna try to protect it from the bugs getting to my broccoli leaves and my broccoli period, so that I can have both the leaves and the broccoli. Because I've heard the leaves on broccoli is, a lot of people have said it's even better than collards.
Wow.
So
I want to try some broccoli leaves.
I want to try it. I have found that I love Swiss chard. This was the first year I made it. I grew it. I shouldn't say made it. I grew it. But I really enjoy it.
I've never had Swiss chard.
I enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it from the store.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some, and I think that it sometimes, I don't know if maybe they let it grow too big. It was like bitter. And the one I grew in my garden was not. I was eating it with everything. I was putting it with eggs. I was eating it by itself, sauteed with just seasonings and stuff. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good, Cheryl.
Well, you said it wasn't. I was gonna say I wonder if they have any at the store, but you said you didn't enjoy that one as much.
That could have been that batch, but I didn't.
Yeah, haven't had luck with Swiss chard.
Yeah,
is that what has? Let me look. Yes, it has the red stem.
Yes.
I think
sometimes it has other colors, because I've seen people grow rainbow chard where it has yellow and different color.
I feel like I've seen that at that Amish place I go to. It's expensive here at the store.
It wasn't expensive. I don't remember. I did buy some at the store, and like I said, I was not happy with it. But and the only reason why I bought some is because what I was growing was like, I had harvested from it, so what was coming back was taking a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up growing a whole nother container with it, because I'm like, I want lots, I want plenty, because it was good.
Red, green, white, orange. Wow, yellow and white stems. If I do not grow it, I would get it from the farmer's market. Okay.
That makes sense. I went to a regular grocery store. I can see getting it at a farmer's market and still having good Swiss chard.
I
It's
hear
not to me, Cheryl. And if you haven't had Swiss chard, to me, it was like in between. How I described it to people is it wasn't as it cooks down kind of like spinach does, but not as much as spinach does. So how you can have a whole pan of spinach leaves and then you get this little bit. It wasn't that
right.
of a cook down. And the texture of it is not as hearty to me as a collard texture is, but it still is hard. It was like it's like an in between of spinach and collards to me in texture, and in flavor the same. I didn't get spinach, but I kind of did a little bit, but yeah. I not just sauteed it most times. It was just so good on its own.
I got the 5-gallon bag and started some in raised bed and getting ready to start another bag.
I'm like you, TLC. I wanted a lot. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm growing collards as well. So I'll have those, but it's not, to me, it's not the same as collard, but it's very good.
Okay. I think I wouldn't mind trying it. See if I could find any at the market.
Yeah. And I've done, each time I've grown it, it's been from seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I just drop seeds. It comes up fairly easy. I don't know. Maybe you guys know this. Like, does it prefer the cool weather? Is it more of a cool weather crop? Or does it matter with Swiss chard? I started my first batch of it in the summer, so. But I'm wondering now, like, if it was growing so slow because it was so hot. What is that? Where would I put that? Probably in here. But that part I don't know if it's
Is it a brassica?
That's what I'm thinking it is. So that's why I'm looking where I put my brassicas, but I don't know if
I'm looking it up. Brassicas.
I don't think it is because I don't have it in here. Collards.
Says it's in the cabbage family.
Oh, then that makes that will be a brassica, but I don't have it in there.
Yeah. Spring through fall for me, TLC says.
She said what?
Spring through fall for me.
Okay. I think because see, I put it with my lettuce. With where I put my lettuces. And I don't remember it saying that it needed cooler weather, so I just
And I'm Felicia says I'm going to drop more seeds. Keep trying until it works. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, this one says it's the Berkey brand and it's the Burpees rhubarb chard. But it's really good. And the seeds are pretty big too, so I like that too because I hate growing stuff where I gotta guess how many seeds might have fell onto the, like celery. Celery is very small. Certain seeds just be really tiny.
Collards are like that.
Yes. That's why I will usually start collards indoor.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if I accidentally drop too many seeds, I can thin them out before I put them into the bed.
Yep.
I think you should, sure. I think you'll like them. I enjoy them. And I didn't know that I would enjoy them like that. So when I first grew them, I just grew a little bit. And then I was like, I need more. I need more. I was pairing it without, like, if I just needed something green in my meal, Swiss chard it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It's so good for you. I sip them and everything.
So, Miss Girl, how's it coming along?
Yeah, have you dropped yet? I feel like all of my brassicas are, well, I don't have a lot out there. I just have collards in my Swiss chard. But since the weather has been cooler, they are doing their thing. She said it's still up.
It's still up. Okay. You had it cooking then. It was hot in there. Will tolerate a light frost. Can grow in warm or cool weather. Okay. Kale powder is good for you. I slip it in everything. You get a little.
Felicia said she could grow through mid-November before her first frost. I have mid-October for me.
I was just thinking, no.
Yeah, and that's granted we don't get hit before that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just supposed to be mid-October, but my collards, they made it last year. They went through the whole winter.
Mm-hmm.
The winter does not. The collards like winter. Back up.
Where?
Winter where? Now my broccoli, it had just started forming the head. I had a little head of broccoli, and we got a good frost, and it took out my broccoli. So I was kind of upset about that.
Yeah.
So I did it a little earlier this year, hoping that they get established a little better so that they can withstand a little bit of the frost.
Yeah, I think it's October, sometime in October for us, because I can remember kids walking around in like their coats on Halloween. Mm-hmm. And didn't they cancel trick-or-treating once because it was so cold? Yeah.
They probably have.
He's on his bed now.
True. Okay. Yeah, 1 year. We ain't not doing it tonight. It's too cold.
Are they like shortened it? They did something.
They moved it to a different day.
Oh yeah.
I remember they moved it to a different day because I'm gonna just say like Halloween was on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then all the stores marked down all of their stuff. So Saturday morning, I went to the pet store.
See.
And got Chewy a Batman costume, and it was like 50% off. And we was passing out candy. He had his costume.
Hey, Raven baby.
Hi, Raven baby. How are you? How many people? 13. Yeah, so I was like, oh, well, that was nice. I got 50% off on Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys? I'm good. Good. Thanks for asking. So we have I canned up some just whole and quartered tomatoes, and then Miss Gina.
Yes. Canned up some pasta sauce.
But you've been canning all day though.
That was the second thing I I canned up some peppers, some jalapeno peppers before that. Well, some hot peppers. I had serranos, jalapenos, and hot banana.
Okay. We were just waiting on Miss Cheryl, who canned some beans. She said.
Oh. She said one popped up. So she had one that didn't. Why do you know that already?
You must have opened it. But
did it pop off in the canner or did it pop off after you took it out? Or are you talking about a different batch and not this batch that's going right now? Because your ring should still be on it until you should be waiting like
this is batch 3.
12 to 24 hours before you take your rings off and even to try them. I took those out. Okay. Oh, it did it in the can. Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
But you know what? I know you probably heard me ask, like, do they loosen up? Because mine loosened up for my pasta sauce.
I know it's one thing that they say that's why you want to pay attention to the headspace, and that's why you want to debubble. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that all of those could be factors in it.
Yeah. And see, I was anal about the headspace on that one, on those, because even when you said it's what, a half for and I was like a little, I had just a little bit be touching it. I went ahead and scooped out some of the sauce all like 3 of the jars because it was touching it a little bit.
There was only one. Everything else is good. See, that's how I look at it. There's only one. A whole cantaloupe did not fail. This was a learning experience, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Everything else is good. Yes. I'm glad to hear that. So, y'all, we're coming up on 3.5 hours. And this was supposed to be a quick one.
See? We did too. We did a quicker canning. Yep, and still. But those tomatoes, getting those tomatoes ready for canning it's a lot. That's probably the most time-consuming part of the canning process. Is getting the tomatoes ready.
But like you said, I think it does save time when you freeze them. When you think ahead and you freeze them, it's a time saver. So I'm gonna have to make sure I do that again. I ain't got no room in the freezer. I can't.
Yeah. See, mine were only in the freezer because I kept putting them in there until I was ready to can them. But I did notice that when I was the ones that thawed, when I sliced them, the skin literally just fell off.
Yep, they do.
I will say that with these tomatoes, because I froze them, my sauce consistency was runnier.
Yeah.
So I had to add some paste to it. Now, when I did the ones before and I used those big cans like you get at Costco, I did not have to add anything to thicken it up. It was thick. And those are the same type of tomatoes.
Yeah.
That I grew in my garden. But I think that it was just because I froze them. That they were a little more watery.
Yeah. That'd be the thing with freezing it sometimes. Pulls out that moisture. Well, ladies and gents, if you're still around, thank you so much for watching me.
This is always a good time.
I want to do tomatoes too. Yes, I'll try to post early and not procrastinate. Maybe by Thursday of what I plan to can next week. Try to do something new, maybe something that doesn't take too long. Post it on our community page. But thank you all so very much for watching. You all have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Good night.